How's it going, everyone? I'm Immature Gamer. We got a brand new update today in Fortnite Creative version 14.5. They added a bunch of cool settings, including 150 channels limit now, which is insane. This is going to open up so much. They also added some other cool things that I'm going to go over. I'm going to show you everything in this update and how to use it. So let's get started.
Immature Gamer.
All right, before we get started, you guys know what to do. Please hit that like button and also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Let's just get into it. This is a big day for creators, and we got a lot of cool stuff, man. I've kind of laid it out here. I'm going to show you all the new things added today. So the first big thing they added was 150 channels. Now, if we go all the way down here and check this out, let's just go back one and you'll see we have 150 channels now, which is insane. Like they went, what is that, 1/3? They've times that like a third of what we had before. I don't know if we've ever had a jump that high, like a total of 50 channel jump. This is nuts, but this is gonna open up a lot of things. I know I have had to like scrap a lot of cool ideas, or even like just simple things like giving people something to do while they wait during their fight. So this is gonna help me out a lot there. But I do want to remind everyone that just because we have extra channels doesn't necessarily mean you should use them, right? You're going to want to focus on optimization and, don't use channels that aren't necessary and bog down your game, right? So just keep that in mind. But, this one's just kind of an easy one, but this is huge. This is a huge add. Also, just real quick, they don't have a third decimal point here on this screen. So just remember that. Even though you're at 150 or, look, like 145, it's going to say right here 45. So it's not a big deal, but just remember that mentally. All right, and as for the button device interact time, they added this new setting right here. It's the first setting called interaction time. So basically, it's kind of like the objective timer device where you can set up and hold it down for a few seconds. This definitely gives us a lot more customizable options. It's also kind of nice because some people might interact with it accidentally. So this kind of takes away an accidental press as well. I'm sure you guys can come up with a lot of cool uses for this. I'll just show you real quick how it works. So we set it for like 4 seconds, right? So you have to basically would have to hold this down to send a signal from it. So I mean, kind of self-explanatory, but anyway, that's what this is. I'm showing you guys all the new stuff. So next up is the tracker device. They added decrement progress. So basically what this means is you were able to take away progress now from a tracker. So for instance, if you have tracking stats for eliminations, right? And at 5 kills or at 3 kills, you want to give someone a score streak. You want to give them a weapon or an item or make their ability, make them run faster, whatever that is. So say basically they have 2 kills, they have to get 3 kills without dying to get this score streak. You can now essentially set it up to decrease their progress. So basically it would just kind of subtract from their total and kind of reset them back to the kind of the starting progress, or just reset them 1. How you have it set up now is just going to go back 1, but you could set it up on a another trigger system that would, once pressed, it goes back a few times. But anyway, I'll kind of show you briefly how this works. All right, you see at the top left of your screen, basically I assigned the tracker at the start of the game, and if we just increase the progress, you see it's going to go up. Basically you could set this to eliminations, you could set this to objectives, things that to pick up. This has always been here. We've always been able to use the tracker. Also, like arena point systems and stuff, you can make a pretty easy system using trackers. Basically what we have now is we have the ability to now subtract, which is really cool, which makes for definitely some interesting things you can set up. So this is a new thing they added today. All right, the conditional button, now they added a brand new setting as well for this, which is really cool. It's actually going to make this device now where you don't even need to interact with it or even have it visually in your map. How this device works is you can give it an item, and basically the item that you give it when you start the game, if the player has the item, it'll look for the item in their inventory, and if they have it, it'll basically allow them to send a signal, and they can keep the item, or you can even take away the item. All right, let me show you guys kind of an in-game example of how to do kind of like a re-roll mechanic. It'll be real quick, and then you kind of get an idea of how it works. So we kind of already gave it the shotgun that if somebody didn't want, maybe they wanted to upgrade or choose another shotgun at random from a press of a button, just drop that item in here that you'd want to be taken away. Interact with this. I'm gonna do all We don't need to see any of this stuff because this would be like under a map. This doesn't matter. We only need one item. Do you want to consume the items? This is basically going to take it away from you. You know, you don't have to do this, but for this little small mechanic test I'm showing you guys, we do want that. And then activate when receiving from. So this is what they've added, right? We'll just do 1 and activate when it basically takes it away from you. What it'll do, it's going to send a signal, which I'm going to send to another item granter. That's going to give us that shotgun. All right, for the sake of time, I just kind of did this really quick, but basically I set up an item spawner to basically just give me like a stock loadout real quick. Nothing too fancy. I actually do have a tutorial on how to give everyone in the lobby completely random loot, and it's a super easy tutorial. I'll put a link to that in the top right of your screen right now if you want to learn how to do this. Very simple, very cool. And then basically this trigger here, this is kind of connected to this to really quickly give me a loadout at the start. And then this item granter is connected to this, right? So now if this item, when we interact with it from a button, which we set up to down here with 1, it's going to look and see if we have this shotgun in our inventory, which we do. And if we do, and if it sees that we do have that shotgun, it's going to take it away, and then it's going to send a signal on 2, which 2 is set up to this item granter, which will then give us this shotgun. You can set it up to do it randomly, but put a few other shotguns in here, and you can go off, cycle off random, which, you know what, let's just do that real quick. That's way cooler. You're gonna want the on current items real quick. All right, I think we have that set up. All right, let's start it up. Let's show you real quick. So we got our loadout real quick. You see that? This you wouldn't actually see, right? This wouldn't be in your game. Just imagine you're like in a starting box and you'd see you know, a button, or you could set up emotes, you could do other things, you can make it clean, right? But this is just to show. See how it just removed it and it gave me attack. So there you go. That's kind of how you do like a quick reroll. I actually plan on making a tutorial on how to do a bunch of these things with your loadouts, how to manipulate them, how to take items away, how to add them. If you guys want to see a video like that, let me know in the comments. All right, let's move on to the last thing they've added. They've added a bunch of new options for the score manager. I'll just go over briefly what they are. Let's interact with it. So they added increment score on awarding. For that to work, by the way, score change when active, which you've already had this option, you're going to have to change it to 1 or 2. I think by default it's 0. And I'll give you an example how this works in a second. We'll put this to like 2. And then they added decrement when receiving from, which basically if you're incrementing a score as someone's activating it, you can now subtract the score. And again, I'll show you how that works. And then now there's also a new option where you could actually, whatever the current score is on the score manager, when a player instigates it, they will get that specific score. I'll show you that as well. Let's check it out. So if you look in the top right of your screen, you'll see kind of like that little HUD there. I'll be referring to that, so just kind of keep your eye on that. But basically right now, we just have it set to 1 point. If someone instigates it, basically you can set it up for a kill. They don't have to press a button. You can set this up for you know, killing zombies, killing people, other things. But this is just kind of to show you how it works. So, you know, I press it, I get activated once. You see I have score 1. But if you look at the score manager, you see how it says 3. We have this set up, right, to change the score after it's activated to +2. So now we have 3, right? So again, let's press it again. We should have a total of 4 now. And it went from 3 to 5. Okay. Pretty standard, pretty cool. Now the new, you can increment by 2. This isn't new. I just want to show you that you can increment the score from a signal. But what is new is now you can subtract. And it is subtracting by 2 because that's what we set it to, but you could set it to whatever number you want for whatever game or whatever thing you've come up with. There's so many options you could do with this. So the last thing they added was set player score. Basically what this does is whatever the score of the instigating player is when they send a trigger that you've specified from a channel, it's actually going to set the score manager to their score. So for instance, let's give our player, he has 4 points, as you can see in the top right in that HUD, and it's going to set this device to 4 points. If we press this, see, now it's set to 4 points. So I don't know, I can't think of any reason we would use that right now, but I'm sure there is, and I'm sure maybe I'll think of something later. but definitely some cool stuff they added, right? All right, guys, so that is it. What did you think of the update? Pretty cool, huh? Again, please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and you learned something. As for the other things in this update, they did some other bug fixes. They actually, I think they fixed one of the more notable things they fixed was creatures can now like open doors. So that's kind of cool. I'll put a link in the description here if you guys want to read all the patch notes. But yeah, if you guys like these kind of update videos, I'll keep doing them. That is it for this video. I won't take up any more of your time. I hope you guys have a really great week, and I'm Immature Gamer. I'm out.
Hey, you're still here? Thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, please press that like button. It goes a long way, I'm serious. And while I'm sitting here begging for likes, press that subscribe button. It would really mean the world to me. Alright, I'm really leaving this time. Hope you have a great day.